Hey folks, back to you here, and I have another video for you. We're going to go ahead and remove the rear windshield wiper arm, and then go see how do we change out the rear windshield wiper motor. A little bit involved in it, but let's go ahead and get her done so we know how to change out that motor if it ever fails, which I've never had one fail, but hey, I'm in here, so let's go ahead and continue on with how to get this thing changed out. So let's remove that wiper. First things first, let's go ahead and pop this bad boy off of here. It doesn't take much, it just snaps right on in, so it's pretty simple. Next thing is 13 millimeter. Go ahead and just loosen her up. Probably not going to be much of an issue. You throw a little penetrating lubricant on it if you want, but it should come off fairly easy. Get that nut off of there. Now, in some cases, a lot of people have a hard time getting these off of here. You can try to wiggle it just a little bit and put some pressure on it with your fingers in the back. Just keep wiggling it. See if you can't get it to pop off. If you can't, what you can do is use a tool. You can use one of these little gear puller thingies and try to hook onto it. Get it up underneath there. See if we can't get it to turn off. Got her off. A little bit corroded, but nothing too terribly bad. And it's tapered, so when you go to put it back on, it should hold pretty good when the nut's back on there. So got her off. Now you can probably clean that up, clean this up here, because it's as you can see, it's a tapered hole. If you look at it, it's a lot wider on the base than it is on the top, so when it goes down, it seats in there. So you just need to make sure that when you put it in there, you get it situated to the right position that you want it to be, and then you torque down with the nut to go ahead and seat it back in. But that's it, spring loaded, so you can take and do everything you need to do with it. But that's how you remove that. Now the next thing that we have, of course, is the motor. How do we get the motor out? What is holding it in here? And let's check the back out, because we got to take the back apart. Got to lift it up, and then we got to go up in here and do some screws that are there. So let me go ahead and get my light to show you what we're doing. Right here we have to undo these Phillips head screws. There's 2 of them per handle, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and whip those out real quick and then go to the next step. Okay, we'll go ahead and remove these. Place them here in the back. And we'll go ahead and remove these 2. You can use a regular screwdriver, it doesn't matter, Phillips head, but as you can see, this is a lot faster with power tools. So we got these out. Now we just got to pop this all out, so let's do that. You just sort of pull it, and then snap her out. Hopefully you do it nice and gentle like. There you go. That's all you got to do. You pull it out. Just be aware that they pop out, so you just place them back in. They go right in there. This one here did break, so never fear. It's not a big deal. You got all the others there. Nothing was in these right here. And then you just set this off to the side. Here's the piece that broke off. Now keep in mind this car is 9 years old, so plastic gets brittle. So just one of the little holders broke. Not a big deal. Now we have one, looks like a 8 or 10 millimeter. Another 8 or 10, and another one right there. So you got three that are holding the bracket on, and you have a wiring connector for the motor. That's about all there is to it to remove the motor. Once you get this back panel off of here, you can then get to this motor. Now as far as the shaft goes, it looks like it might be a pressed fitting into there, as you can see. And that shaft probably presses through that rubber grommet that is right there for a watertight seal. So not too terribly bad on that. So let's go ahead and pull it off and see what we got to do. First thing, just unclip that, and then we'll go ahead and release these bolts. That's pretty simple. This is just a watertight grommet, essentially, a rubber seal that this shaft goes through. So you might want to throw a little bit more grease on this when you punch it back through there when you put the new one in. But the motor cells, I'm sure, is an assembly, so when you buy it, you're buying it this way. Part number is this right here, in case you wanted to know. I'm going to put this one back on because it's working. I'm just taking this off to show you how to do it. It's not that difficult. So if your motor ever goes, you saw how you have to take the back cover off to gain access to the motor, and then how to take the wiper blade off, and now the motor. So easy enough to replace, plug and play essentially. So let's go ahead and put it back on. One thing I did tell you I was going to do is throw just a wee bit of dielectric grease on here, because it's a water resistant thing. Not getting real heavy with it, but it'll help repel water, and that's really what we're after. So we'll go ahead and get that all on there, and we'll slide it back up and bolt it back on. So we just slide her back in there. Then we get the bolts lined back up. Where they gotta be. Get them all hand started for one, and you can torque them back down. I do it in an alternating pattern just to establish what you're doing. I have no idea about the torque specs, but this little device here doesn't put a lot of torque on things. We just do a little bit at a time. And that's pretty much it, folks. That's how you put it back on. And now we go ahead and connect the plug back in and put the windshield wiper arm back on now. Now, one thing I am going to do to make life a little easier maybe in the near future is just throw just a little bit of this on here. There you go, a little bit of anti-seize. Not much, just a dab or two. And then we want to go ahead and put the windshield wiper arm back on to the position that we want it in. And we put the nut back on that. And we tighten it down. Nice and tight. There you go. Windshield wiper ain't going anywhere. Let's put the cap on and give her a test. Just snap the cap back on like so. Let's give her a run. Well, folks, that's pretty much it. Windshield wiper is off and back on, replace. It's not a hard thing to do. Put everything back together, and hey, that's it. I'm not going to show you how to put the panel back together. You saw how to take it apart, so therefore it is simple to put back together again. But that's how you redo the windshield wiper motor. If it ever fails, you got to fix it, whatever the case may be. Or maybe your arm's just loose and you got to work on it. If it is, it's probably stripped out there. You might have to shim it or something like that. But that's how you replace the windshield wiper motor on the rear of your Ford Edge. This is Mac T, and like, subscribe, join, all that good stuff. Facebook, YouTube, Mac T Ford Edge. Support me, help me, watch the videos, and also Band of One's got great music. Mercy Grill's got a couple one-liners. MIP hit the floor today. I'm having a great day, and I want you to have a great day too.
Thank you for watching Mac T's videos, and remember to like and subscribe. This is a Mercy Go production.